Well, good evening, race fans. And this final night of the third nights of the League of Destruction. My name is Webbo, here as I have been for the previous two, and joining me as he did last night, we've got AJ with us. AJ, good evening.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Back for night 3, and I'm excited to see what more we can see for the final day.
Absolutely. We have the team standings at the moment. Haas have 108 points to Aston Martin's, and Williams is 100 points in joint second place. We have Alfa Romeo on 97, Ferrari on 93, McLaren on 88, Alfa Tauri on 80, and Alpine have 78 points. In terms of the drivers' standings, remember that the cash prize put up by Ricky Marou goes to the team. The top 3 teams, but in terms of the driver standings, El Plan holds on to the. I'm sorry, no, he doesn't. Have I got the wrong standings? I think I have. My standings are saying after Friday 24th for the drivers, so I think we may have a slight problem here. Let me just check on the provisional standings. No, it looks like El Plan, still on 71 points, is in the lead from Milan on 60. Atsu on 57, Ollie on 55. Time Worn Actor has 52 points. He's snuck that one in, has Time Worn Actor into 5th place. Then comes Ricky Marou, Lenny, Alpha Alex, Psycho Lemmy, and Mika, the lead drivers. It looks like, though, AJ, everyone else is here to play spoiler if they haven't got a chance at a championship.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We've pretty much got a full grid tonight, so it's going to get spicy. But McLaren last night had a very good day, very good running. They were in the backfield, in fact, in last place, but they've brought themselves through and up into P6, I believe, now. So, who's to see if maybe someone can spoil McLaren's evening after a great running last night.
Absolutely. I think our man Ricky is going to be on hand to give us those all-important standings at the end of each of the 2 races. We'll hang on for the final standings because we don't need to worry about stewards' inquiries at the end of this particular league. It's one of the best attended leagues AJ and I have ever been part of, and it is the most chaotic, ridiculous thing to do. I think partly it's just a special bit of fun at the end of the game cycle, but certainly something that we're enjoying. Good evening to XDF1 Pro, to Lenny, who have already said hello in the live chat. If you haven't said hello yet, make sure you do. Like the video, subscribe before we get underway as well. But the first track we head to, AJ, is Imola. And I'm just looking at this track map and wondering where the drivers are going to find shortcuts here today.
Yeah, no, first track, Imola, 4.9 kilometers, so decent length, but a lot more opportunities to cut corners, definitely through the first sector, turn 2, 3, and 4. That's somewhere where drivers are definitely going to cut. Then the next chicane as well, 5 and 6, is easily one where you're going to make up time. Then later on through the lap, Aqua Minerale, you can somewhat, if you line it up perfectly, you can avoid track limits and in fact gain time. And then of course that final chicane of 14 and 15 is definitely going to be a part where drivers are going to cut.
Absolutely. Looks like we've got good weather today, though. We did have some wet weather in Monaco last night, but today it's all looking good and nothing as bad as they're experiencing in Indianapolis right now either. We have studios also here to enjoy the racing as well. And Alpha Alex just checking out where he can watch the coverage. Hopefully he'll find one of the many live stream links that we have that we've provided into the Discord, but I shall drop another one for everybody's purposes. Hopefully we'll get everybody here, but it's one-shot quali straight away, and we'll start to learn how creative the drivers are going to be when it comes to those racing lines. I'm on board with Ollie as we exit out of Ravazza 2. We won't be taking the short chicane before the start of finish line, used often for the support races, as XDF1 Pro is going to go straight on at Traguardo. You can't really skip Tamburello, but then there's a fairly long run over to Villeneuve. Straight on across the gravel. It's actually quite nice and flat, the gravel here, AJ. It seems to be working out for the drivers as Carmad F14 seems to have the early lead.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's quite easy to actually, in fact, cut the corner, but just be considering of turn 7, you're on the gravel. You're going to have really tough time braking into that corner with the gravel on your tyres. So, but El Plan though is making his way up the field now, up to P2, and as I say that, P1. So he didn't have the best of running last night, but he's trying to make amends for that.
Absolutely. El Plan straight up there. The drivers definitely were attacking him hard through the corners and trying to take him out in the second of our night's racing, if you can call it that, as he's now about to take pole position, I think. Coming out of Ravazza, it's a 106.865. Some of the drivers not even bothering with the tarmac through the Acqua Minerale corner, steering right onto the grass. It does look like we could do with some more elevation on those gravel traps. Because, quite frankly, the drivers are able to just skirt straight over the McGee.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But sometimes on some tracks, with the gravel traps, you'll have a sausage curb that separates that. But around here, it doesn't seem to be the case. So it allows the drivers to just purely cut the corner and get onto the gravel, which is going to be helpful for tonight. But if you're keeping it on the track, it's not the best.
So El Plan everything going to plan for El Plan and P1 at 106.865, just 19 thousandths of a second ahead of XDF1 Pro, who has been the main spoiler at the back of the grid so far in our racing. But clearly he's spent some time learning the non-track limit options around Imola. Carmad14 is in third with Romet and Risto, who were actually here as teammates in the first night of racing, but in different teams tonight and different entirely to what they were in to start with. The Alfa Romeo driver Alpha Alex is in sixth with Milan in seventh. Atsu, Ole, Bucko, Mika, Time Worn actor Lenny, respond your top 14. And XDF1 Pro saying he'll take P2. He's close to it. Rents is confusing me a little bit because he thinks we're streaming the Indy 500. We're giving you some entertainment while the Indy 500 gets going. I think if it does indeed actually end up getting going at all tonight, and we'll do our level best. Appreciate any new subscribers that I've been able to pick up. And thanks to Ross Roberts, who has just done that exact thing for us. We've got bright sunshine, AJ. We've got an interesting 25% race to come around the Imola circuit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I don't think you can really mix up the Indy 500 with the weather that's showing here at the moment. So, but lovely blue skies, so it should be obviously a clear run to the end. But remember, I think you do have to make that mandatory pit stop. So that's going to come into play as we're about to start.
We are about to start. The lights are on. We'll get underway. Drivers just jumping the start because they can. Quite frankly, they're learning that pretty slowly. But so far, everybody making it through the first few corners. Well, there's a Haas being stabbed completely off. That looks like, well, Alpha Alex as well. Atsu and Alpha Alex have been taken out at the very start of this race. That might do them some favours earlier on, as there's many cars skipping across the gravel. But Carmad14 straight into the lead in P1 and has got past El Plan. Lots of drivers, AJ, over the gravel and then suddenly struggling with grip.
Yeah, no, much higher fuel runs now on these cars. There's going to be planting it lower to the ground, and as they go over that gravel, can definitely unsettle the car through there. But it looks like an absolute mess through 5 and 6. So much gravel in the visors of these drivers, of course, and it still continues now. But interesting, Studios at the very back. He, in fact, held off the line latest.
There goes Milan being taken out as well. Carmad14 has had some problems on the early doors. He's gone for an absolute bonsai into Ravazza, trying to nerf someone in the side, and he's side by side now with XDF1 Pro, who launches away out of Ravazza 2. El Plan has found his way into the lead again. Surely, though, with a massive target on his back, a 109.3, the fastest lap so far from him, as the drivers negotiate their way across and through towards Traguardo corner. Carmad has gone, staying in second at the moment, and they're pretty much all learning from one another the fastest way through this track. It looks like the top 5 kind of coming to some sort of agreement so far not to wipe each other out and to get a bit of distance from the rest of the McGee.
Absolutely, but very bold from Carmad and Lenny. They went side by side through the gravel trap. In fact, Lenny tags the rear of the Ferrari of Carmad, and that sent him round spinning. But I'm still surprised they've kept out of danger and a lot less front wings flying around. As I say that, more
synchronized spinning from Romet and from the Alpine of XDF1 Pro as well, as they both tried to navigate Acqua Minerale on cold tyres. So it didn't work out for them. Lenny was spun round. Here comes Ricky Maru up into 5th position. position. Exotic has just joined us for the racing and is now out of the race already, but Flo Pink only here for a very short period on the race, as well as the drivers at the lead of our race go through and have managed to create something of a gap at the front. The top 5 some distance away. Then we've then got Mika in 6th position as the McLaren of Lenny is wiping out our braking marker boards that the drivers aren't even using. We've got an Alpha Tauri turn round. That was Risto in the middle of the circuit, and 2 of our leaders tagged him, and he is out of the race as well. Risto out, Exotic out, Floyd Pink out, AJ, already.
Yeah, no, 3 out, but much better getaway as at the moment is that Ricky Maru getting tagged by the Williams of Diekta. Mika just survives that, but it seems like the drivers are having more of a bit of a sprint and getting on with their own races compared to last night in Austria.
Yeah, it's they get the fastest lap points, and there's quite a significant bonus for those fastest lap points from each of our 25% races. Of course, the 25% race around Imola, when you skip out 80% of the corners, it's going to tick by pretty quickly. Several drivers rubbing wheels. That looked like a brake check attempt there from Ollie, and it didn't work. Sorry, from Mika, and it didn't work because Ricky Maui went straight on past. He knew what was coming from Mika. Mika's definitely got form in that regard for these brake checks, and we've got some busy portions of the racetrack throughout the grid. It's just hard to know where to look, AJ.
Absolutely, but Carmad taking the lead, and that's nearly trying to wipe that Ferrari off there. Watch Ashtu though, he could be a man on the mission now, could disrupt even El Plan coming through the grid. Yeah,
so Carmad, El Plan, Diekta, Ollie in the top 3 positions at the moment, and they're coming up to lap some of the drivers already. Some cars in the pits. We've got the McLaren waiting off the track at the moment, it seems, to just pounce on somebody. One of the Ferraris has just gone wrong in a big way. Was that Carmad 14? It was. He was off the circuit, suddenly transported himself back to the centre of the racetrack, is steering right across the Aqua Minerale corner. We've got some action happening between very similarly liveried cars. Looks like Ricky Maru tagging or being tagged by Mika. They're giving as good as they get, the 2 of them, and they're locked in an absolute melee of a...
Absolutely, I don't understand though how Ricky Maru is surviving without that front wing.
Definitely don't drive behind Mika at speed. He's sandwiched between 2 Haas cars. Will they do a pincer movement on him now? They both get by. He blends out the throttle, doesn't fancy being caught up in that particular drama. And now he's looking for a way through to try and charge in on the other drivers. Some very different lines being taken by the 2 Haas. I'm sure, because Ricky Maru has no front wing on the car at the moment. Doesn't need it because he's barely ever braking, just using the texture off track to slow the car from time to time. He's in 5th, his teammate Atsu in 6th, and Atsu in a good place for the championship. El Plan, though, out there in the lead by 2.3 seconds. But later in the race, he may well find he becomes a massive target. There's a Red Bull trying to wipe people out. It's Dirty Taffy. No, it's not. It's Bucko trying to wipe people out and make no attempt to stay on the lead lap, AJ.
Yeah, absolutely, but someone's going the wrong way, and that's the Alpine Studios, so watch out between him and El Plan, who's coming up now. Just misses him, and he misses Diekta Ollie. Watch this next field, though, with Lenny and Carmad, as there's collision in the back.
Studios has managed to destroy several cars, but he's also caught himself out, so wiping out. It might be better to run backwards if you want to keep running, but took a front corner off the car, Studios, and is now stranded in the Ravazza 2. Out of the race, Studios, but he's had a bit of fun in the process. Top 5, El Plan, Ole, Ricky Maru, Atsu and Mika, the Williams and the Haas cars doing well, but at the moment it's Aston Martin on top. Oh, and Mika gets wiped out. I think that was Milan, was it? Or possibly Alpha Alex helping him through. Milan gets tagged himself. And it's anybody's game at the moment. Alpha Alex is not happy with the Diekta triplicates that are part of our race, and he's taking every single one out he can try. Ashtube out in 15th, so still hasn't got past him, where the car is stranded. But lots of red cars on track at the moment trying to take each other out, AJ.
Yeah, it gets very confusing when they're all near each other, the Alfa Romeos and the Ferraris. They look like they're the same team, but of course they're not. But yeah, Ashtube in fact retired after contact with Director Ollie, so that's what happened to him.
Okay, so yeah, they're managing to keep it together for the most part, but one required pit stop. Of course, they've got to change tyres on a 25% race. We're almost halfway through, and El Plan holds the lead at the moment. Ricky Maru is right with his teammate here as they're running line astern, and they're not going to take each other out because they're interested in the prize money for the team, of course. But they do make for themselves a much larger target, I fear, here, AJ.
Yeah, absolutely, but you know, don't think it's over yet. Maybe someone's going to try the studio's technique of going the wrong way and wiping you out completely.
Absolutely. 15 runners remain with 9 laps to go, and Alpha Alex, Time Worn Actor, and Milan both together at the moment. It did seem yesterday in Monaco one of the most effective things to do was to turn a driver around at slow speed. It doesn't look as impressive, but it does hamper them much more than going for these high impact moves.
Yeah, slow speed is seeming to be easier to take him out, but then you do more damage if it's under high speed, so it's a bit of a risk versus reward. It's actually been taken out before from Respond, and Respond tries again to take someone out now, and I believe that's Director Milan he's trying to go for. In fact, he's trying to go for more. So Respond really feeling like tonight's the night to do some damage.
Let's join Respond then. Oh, he's going the right way around the track at very least. But lying in wait for people, unsuspecting portions of the racetrack. He peels to the inside to try and take the Ferrari, who isn't bothering to brake through the Tamburello corners. So there's no way he can actually make an attack. You'll have to wait until the corner that you can't cut, like Toza, if you want to completely T-bone somebody. Respond has an Alfa Romeo right behind him on track, but Respond is miles away from the competitive end of the race. They're side by side. Respond is right behind the Ferrari. Will it be a wipeout attempt here? But no, the Ferrari engine. Let me see. It's not actually the Ferrari engine. It must be Time Worn Actor's car. Was wise to Respond's tactics. Director Ollie takes the lead because El Plan has got himself into the pits. Ricky Maru has been dropped down the order. Let's check out the tyres because I wonder if Ricky Maru has actually managed to stop already, and that's why he's dropped. Yeah, he's just been in the pits, so he has made his pit stop. He'll wait for his teammate to do the same, and Aston Martin tries to take out the drivers again, but doesn't quite succeed. That must be Respond. It looks like the tactic for Aston Martin is have one tortoise and one hare, AJ.
Yeah, absolutely, but just to go back down a little bit of the field, actually in front of the field, sorry, quite a little bit of a battle between Ricky Maru, Director Ollie, the Haas of even Ricky Maru, so it's all piling up. There's a McLaren in the wall. Was that Lenny?
Was that Lenny on his own?
Oh,
managed to take himself out this time. But he reset the track.
I think, in fact, he was actually making contact with the Ferrari of Carmad there, so he's actually lost one out there.
Interesting. Well, Ricky Maru in 6th position now, having stopped. Carmad has also made a stop. David is asking how he can join in because he has the sufficient requirements to race with us. Well, unfortunately, it's the last night of this special event, this League of Destruction. We'll see if it proves popular enough to carry on with. But for now, it was just about having a bit of fun at the end of the game cycle, assuming that everyone's about to delete the game and just let off a bit of steam after spending yet another year trying to race with a buggy Codemasters game, as our drivers have had to do. Carmad F14 is using an interesting line through through Ravazza actually, and it's working as a faster line. There's plenty of debris on the circuit again, and it looks like Lenny has dropped down the order, and he's got a Mercedes with him, and that is Romet. So Lenny is looking to try and end Romet's run, but Romet goes into the pits. Lenny continues around with no front wing again, AJ. Oh, Mika.
Yeah, he's got another lap to go. Mika's out.
Mika out of the race, and I think Lenny helped him to that. Mika might have gone for a brake check again, and it looks like it's affected a Ferrari following behind.
Disaster on the pit straight. His car's coming around. This is a Red Bull spinning off at turn 3. I think that was Dirty Taffy, but it was disaster for the pit exit of the Ferrari. Chaos through there. There's McLaren sending it now on Dirty Taffy. That's Lenny going side by side. They're still banging, wheel banging here up the hill. Who's going to be cleaner into the corner? Are they going to give each other respect to... Ooh, Dirty Taffy's lost it on his own.
Yeah, Dirty Taffy is front on. It impacts straight into the barrier again. But straight through. It's lap 11 of 16. El Plan still with the lead, 9 seconds in the lead. And if any of our drivers are hoping to make the difference here in the championship, they need to listen to this live stream and understand that El Plan is 9 seconds in the lead of the race and hoping to take the bulk of the prize money here on offer that Ricky Maru has sponsored us for our run. So El Plan does need to be taken out to try and make sure that our event is close, and there's some more contact between the Red Bull and the Ferrari of Milan. Dirty Taffy still trying his best here to keep running. Bucco did retire just now. We're down to 13 racers after 11 laps, and we're into the worst end of the race now, AJ, as the drivers just trying to finish each other off.
Absolutely, but disaster for Red Bull. Dirty Taffy and Bucco collided with each other. Bucco lost the rear as well, and then it collided with Taffy, so disaster for the duo there.
Absolutely. We've got Lenny running between the two Alfa Romeos. They're almost making it look like they're trying hard here. Lenny's actually left the session, unfortunately. Gone on to AI possibly, so Lenny has retired by a disconnection. That's a big shame because he was providing plenty of entertainment. The Ferrari of Milan promoted then to 8th position. His teammate Carl 14 is up into P3. We've got El Plan and Director Ollie ahead of him. El Plan leading the race by 6 seconds, and he's slowing down now, AJ, I think, because he knows he's about to lap people who are going to take him out.
Yeah, he's got to be careful now. He's got the Alpine of XT1 Pro right in his front view. Let's see what XT1 Pro does. He's still staying on this pace though, so he's not really holding up too much. But of course, if you're in Alplan shoes, you want to just hold back a little bit.
Yeah, you don't want to risk too much. He has got a 6.4 second lead. Ollie, though, will be heading at full beans to try and catch him. And then we'll get the drivers condensing together again. We've also then got Carmine F14 coming up to lap the Red Bull. That has to be Dirty Taffy, who Dirty Taffy sticks to the tarmac. And unfortunately for him, if he was looking to take out Carmine F14, XDF1 Pro's gone. One of our chief destroyers, XDF1 Pro, out in the Alpine.
El Plan is absolutely working this plan on. He completely sent XDF1 Pro the wrong way. He did a dummy call. Wherever you go, I ain't going there. And that's made XT1 retire. So El Plan is clear for now.
Excellent stuff. Well, El Plan with a great tactic there then. 3 laps to go and a good in front of him. He's also still got a teammate in the race. Respond is out there in 13th place at the moment. He's trying to wipe out other team drivers. He's got an Alfa Romeo trying to get past him right now, and he's going to try his best here to take out another one of the rivals that might stop El Plan. There he goes, cuts across the nose of the Alfa Romeo, who again playing a bit of a dummy and managed to get through. But what will Respond do to that Alfa Romeo, who slows right down at the Tosa corner? Unfortunately, though, that is Respond out of the race, retiring from the race and taking a corner off, coming out of Tosa. He just misjudged that one, I think.
Completely, but I'd like to know what that Aston Martin's made of, because that looked like it was made of paper. He just barely touched that wall and the wheel popped off. So one Aston Martin left in this race, so he doesn't have protection, does El Plan, for these last 3 laps.
It reminds me of the early days of racing together, AJ, when I remember at Dower Deck in Spa, managed to just nudge a barrier and lose a wheel. It was so funny when he just simply couldn't keep 4 wheels on his car. XDF1 Pro said he could have won this. I am so stupid, he says. We've got 10 runners with 2 laps to go. Time One Actor in 8th position currently, with 2 red cars ahead of him. One of his teammate, the other Ferrari, half a lap away at the moment. Respond says, I've barely touched the wall. What is this? But I think it's cumulative damage, quite frankly, that is affecting the cars. We've got, as I say, Ferrari and Alfa Romeo quite close to each other, of Milan and Alfa Alex. And Alpha Alex has definitely had a lot of run-ins with the drivers whose names begin Diecta tonight, AJ.
He's probably dreading to see someone with that Diecta name. He's going to hope to stay out of everyone's way. But Studio somehow claiming he was having car struggles. I'm not sure how that affected him to go the wrong way down the main straight. He's going to have to answer that question. Yeah,
a technical issue, I think, to make the car drive the opposite direction is the situation.
Wheel accidentally turned 180 and suddenly the throttle went full beams.
Maybe that's I think his
maybe that's what happened.
His steering wheel was wrongly calibrated or something like that. Atsu's in the pits for a surprise pit stop, but maybe a free pit stop there. He's in 5th position. Haas running 4th and 5th at the moment, hoping to get a decent haul of points here as he tries to dodge the Ferrari, who's doing his absolute best here. I think that is Milan ahead. It is. Milan trying to take that 5th position, and it's great to see, AJ, as they just try and guess what the other one wants to do and try and strategize their way around these impacts. El Plan still leads by 4.5 seconds, and he's on his final lap.
Yeah, already just 2 sectors to go for El Plan, but there's still a bit of a battle between Carmad and sorry, not Carmad, it's Diecta Milan and Atsu. So it's still going. Oh, Atsu just has to avoid. Is that the Mercedes of Romit? Yes, it was. Romit's just parked that car completely.
We need Robert to turn around now because I think he's going to try and take out our leader, El Plan.
He is turning around. He is turning around. Watch out,
boys.
He's
missed the leader. He's missed the leader. So El Plan looks like he's got the option here. Where is Robert going to hit? Oh, he just almost goes into the Ferrari. But El Plan has 2 corners to go, just a pair of Ravazza corners. El Plan is going to take a commanding lead in our Drivers' Championship here and hoping to stretch Aston Martin's lead. El Plan wins our penultimate race of this mini League of Destruction. Ole brings the car home 4 seconds later into 2nd place, and Carmad survives to take home a podium for Ferrari with a stylish little 180 at the end as well. Alpha Alex is retired on the final lap, AJ. What a massive shame for him, but I think that might be the Mercedes' fault. Ricky Maru in 4th, Atsu in 5th. Milan coming through, presumably. Well, Atsu hasn't technically finished yet. He's still got half a lap to go.
I don't understand who at Mercedes have been building these cars, because we saw it with Floyd Pink yesterday. That car would not break, and Romit is still on the track, and I don't understand. Whoever's been working at Mercedes day and night needs a raise.
Milan tried a absolute bonsai move to try and wipe out Atsu there at the end, and he missed him by a couple of meters. It would have been a glorious end. Atsu comes home 5th. Milan does manage to drag that car home in 6th place. Time One Actor in 7th. That's going to help his championship. Dirty Taffy is already home. And then the Bulletproof Mercedes finishes in 10th position on the road. It looks like a classified finish will go by the way of Alpha Alex, and that could be a tactic. Is not finish the race, get through to the final lap, and then cause absolute havoc. Ricky Maru with the provisional driver of the day, but our drivers are also able to vote for the driver of the session. It's El Plan on top again. XDF1 Pro says he's just going to mess about the last race. Well, that'll be a change.
Well, if that's not messing around so far, I don't know what is.
Absolutely. So the final race of our little Challenge League at the moment is coming up, and that will be Portimao. And I can see some opportunities for some very extreme closing speeds to come. I'm thinking of that Rolex hairpin down the hill of turn 5. That could be quite amazing. Mika suggesting that he and XDF1 Pro team up a little bit. Here is your results then from the penultimate race of these 3 consecutive nights of racing. El Plan in 1st position, Diecta Ole in 2nd. Then we've got Carmad, Ricky Maru and Atsu. Haas could be on for the team championship here at the moment. Milan for Ferrari in 6th. Then comes Time One Actor and Alpha Alex at least given the 8th position, Alpha Alex, despite not finishing. Down a lap is Dirty Taffy. Romit finished 2 laps down, and then we had a whole bunch of DNFs. XDF1 Pro, Lenny Respond, Mika Bucko, Ashtube Studios, Exotics, Risto, and Floyd Pink the latter three of those barely made it a few corners down through the race, and they were wiped out straight away. I'm trying to check out then if we are going to get some standings in the mid period here. I know that our league owner Ricky Maru is working hard, AJ, but who are you going to call out for performances through that race? I'm not even going to say good performances.
I mean, that'd be generous saying that, but yeah, Ricky Maru, just blink and the standings will be ready. He's quick with that. Well, I'd like to see what, because I don't understand. If XT1 F1 Pro thinks that's not messing around, then I really don't know what is. But yeah, it's the Haas boys though. Good point. So they're going to need to come into this race, make sure they get up the grid, and not afford to lose anything out here. But yeah, keep an eye on Ricky though. Ricky's been doing quite good recently, so
he absolutely has. I say we had coming into tonight's league, we had Haas were leading the championship on 108 points to Aston Martin's and Williams joint second place on 100 points. That double point finish there for the Haas team can't have hurt. I'm waiting for new updates on the standings to come. Usually Ricky is lightning fast with those. I've asked the drivers to stop by in the live chat and give us a little bit of a debrief as well in between races and at the end of our broadcast while we get those standings. Lenny unfortunately couldn't make racing with us tonight, and that is a huge shame due to extreme weather conditions in Germany, but we're glad that you're here to watch all the same, especially given that we've got delays to track racing worldwide happening right now as well. Waiting then for qualifying at Portimao for the one-shot qualifying as before. We'll wait for Ricky to give the ready up command. Alpha Alex is impatient to get going. Usually, I have to say, in leagues where I commentate over Alpha Alex, he is usually first to disappear in between sessions to the toilet. So he's obviously made sure he's taking care of himself today a little bit more than usual. He's not going to thank me for calling him out on that one. Right, provisional standings, AJ. We've got Haas on 139, 7 ahead of Aston Martin, Williams on 127 and Ferrari 125. Alfa Romeo still within a chance of a cash prize here on 122. The prize pool will be shared between the top 3 teams, and they will then choose how they decide to distribute the money. In terms of the drivers' standings, which is less important in terms of prize money, El Plan leads on 96 from Ole on 78, Milan on 74, and Atsu and 5th and 6th on 72 and 67 points. Respectively. Time One Actor has 65 points, Alpha Alex 57, 1 point ahead of Lenny, who is dropping down the standings because he can't make it to race with us today on 56. Carmad jumps up onto 51 points after a strong finish. XDF1 Pro and Mika have 49 points each in the mid-table. We have Ashtube, 45. Lemmy has 44 points. Studios, 43. It's super tight in the midfield, as it always is in F1. Risto has 40. Floyd Pink, 37. We have a 3-way tie between Respond, Kenton and Romet on 36 each. Dirty Taffy has 35. We have Bucko on 28. We have Marco on 12. And Zane, who I haven't even consciously been aware has been with us, has got 5 points. I think Zane was maybe night one and not for long. But the drivers have been given points for not finishing and showing up, essentially, as they voted for that. But we have Portimao on its way to you very soon. As soon as Ricky Maru presses the green tick button, everyone else will have permission to carry on. AJ, I hope I know you've been enjoying this as much as I have. It's been an absolute blast watching these guys show absolute chaos here.
I can't believe I'm having more enjoyment watching the most unique driving standards I've ever seen. But yeah, no, Portimao, it's almost like a roller coaster, they call it. So it's going to be intriguing how drivers cut the grass, through the final and even the middle sector. How the drivers choose that line. But beware of turn 5, because I have a feeling there's going to be a few dive bombs into that.
I feel terrible now because Zane is actually watching with us at the moment.
Oh, no.
I'm so sorry, Zane. That was terrible of me. So maybe your gamer tag was different to your YouTube and Discord handle, and that's why I don't recognise your name. Damn, that was not even an intentional burn there for you, Zane. I'm sorry. XDF1 Pro planning lots of dive bombs here and questioning. He doesn't understand the idea of driving standards, so that's quite obvious. And Ollie pretending everything is normal and fine. So, yeah, this is kind of what you what happens when you show up into an online race lobby with no driver rating. AJ, this is the kind of experience you get.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad there ain't a rating here because I don't want to know what everyone's rating will be after these few races. But apparently, XT1 F1 Pro thinks this is the cleanest racing league ever.
Well, that explains it, why Zane has got so few points. It's Exotic who showed up just at the start of tonight and didn't get very far into the first race. So Exotic, Zane is hoping for a better final run here. GTK Studios saying we've got the Alpines are here to cause chaos. That's pretty much all they're here for. And you've got to watch out now because the drivers, the teams that have zero chance of taking home any money, they don't care. It's not like they're going to get kicked, AJ, for driving badly. In fact, if you drive well, you probably will get kicked from this league. So it's all about just messing around and having a bit of fun with us. As we've got the ready up command, we're on and we're ready to start qualifying for this final race now.
I think they should make a rule, although this is a league of no rules, that if you take a clean, normal line, you get disqualified. I think that should be added in for a potential season 2 if we ever get this going for future more races.
Yeah, I like the idea of making the fastest lap points higher, I think, so that drivers are incentivized to keep running and keep going at speed rather than running as slowly as possible. But I don't quite know how you make it work, because you still want track limits, really, if you're going to reward lots of points for fastest lap. But if you are able to find a monumental shortcut, and I'm just looking at the elevation change on the circuit, I wonder if it's possible to bunny hop over the over the banking and cut out a huge part of the racetrack here. Certainly in that third sector, AJ, it looks like it might be on.
Don't ask me how I know, but I can confirm, yes, you can bunny hop over it. So I'll keep it quiet to how I know this, but besides that, yes, it's possible.
Well, let's hope someone makes it work and we catch it on stream as well, because that will be awesome. Everyone wishing each other a happy final race of the session here, because we just had the 6 races for League of Destruction. I'm not sure our voices. This is my 5th commentary of the weekend now, so I'm not quite sure how much voice I would have left for any more racing in one go. But the countdown continues, and I have to say, this League of Destruction is also causing destruction on my vocal cords, AJ, because it's so entertaining.
Well, you never know what happens all of a sudden. You just see a car going the wrong way, so I can see why you're losing your vocal cords. But give it one more chance, Webbo. One more race.
Absolutely. We'll leave nothing on the table. Oh, taking a good tarmac shortcut is Director Ollie straight away. He's found a special route through turn 1, but so has Risto, Alpha Alex, and Ashtube. It looks like Ashtube was temporarily at the top there, but El Plan straight up into the lead again. And I think we'll see some, nice little shortcut through turn 5, the Rolex hairpin, and making sure that we actually don't see the Rolex sponsorship. Oh, Exotic has retired from the qualifying, the one-shot qualifying. So still pushing at 10 tenths is Exotic. And up, down the hill and back up again goes El Plan through into the third sector here. He was leading. It's now Director Ollie. And actually, I think Ashtube is going to hold it. But suddenly they lose out to El Plan, who, again, is using these tarmac shortcuts, AJ, to great effect.
Absolutely, but it seems like the Portimao designers of this track knew that this was going to eventually happen and have made shortcuts for the drivers here tonight. Because El Plan is using it well, but Atsu, in fact, is on top.
He is on top. He's about to cross the line. I've just thought, I reckon that Paul Ricard would be a great circuit for shortcuts. But there goes the new fastest lap of 1:11.5 for Atsu. El Plan to post down to third place. Time Worn Actor A great lap there, up into P2.
Yeah, no, Paul Ricard will be a great one, but the problem is you're getting lost with all these different alternatives, to be honest. I've done it before, and I won't lie, it's a bit of a confusing one.
Absolutely. Well, we've got Atsu then on pole position, quarter of a second to the good against the Hungarian time-worn actor. Then comes El Plan in P3, 3/4 of a second back. He found some good shortcuts, but not as short as Atsu managed. Ricky Maru then for Haas. They're looking to claim the team championship, are the Haas team. And I keep saying that because I'm hoping that the drivers that are listening into the stream know who to target. I want a nice close finish at the end. Romit in 5th, XDF1 Pro in 6th, then comes Alpha Alex, Floyd Pink. A good qualifying there from Floyd Pink, actually, and hopefully can make it more than 2 corners this time. Milan in 9th, Risto in 10th, Ollie, Mika, Studios, Ashtube, Carmad, Respond, Dirty Taffy, Bucko, and Exotic at the back. 4 drivers failed to make a time, but there's plenty of opportunity with a 25% race, AJ, to make up for that later.
Yeah, absolutely. But the run into turn 1 is going to be something special, I think. In fact, one of the greatest chances into turn 1. It goes downhill, of course, but then there's a little bit of a sausage curb on the inside if you try to cut it. And in fact, I was on board with Diekta Ollie as he went over that, and it completely unsettles the car. So quite a few drivers have to avoid that into the sprint of turn 1.
I hope someone manages to go flying as well through the third sector in the course of the race later on, perhaps. But if you're watching, let me have your predictions as to who you think is going to finish this particular race on the podium. And also, I'd love to hear your nominations for suitable tracks to go racing in a League of Destruction no rules setup. What we haven't seen are cars driving backwards yet, AJ. And I wonder if they'll start doing that once they've taken the front wing off. I remember I used to play a game many, many years ago called Destruction Derby. And it was a little bit like Wreckfest that is out at the moment. But Destruction Derby, you used to be able to end many other racers' opportunities by driving backwards because the rear of the car was much stronger. Lights out. It's go, go, go with the drivers straight away here at the Portimao race. Some of them even waited for all 5 lights to go off, and it's already chaos down into the order. There are cars absolutely everywhere. It's worse than Spa 98 at the start. Ashtube has retired straight away. Atsu is in the lead of this race. There are cars and bits of cars all over the circuit. AJ, what did you catch?
If I caught something, I'd be really honest with you right now and tell you what I saw, but it's just chaos everywhere. The drivers are going absolutely everywhere. It's like a swarm of ants are just walking around when you drop your biscuit. It's crazy. There's madness. There's actually in the lead. El Plano right behind him.
Whoa, here goes Floyd Pink. He's found one of those monumental shortcuts, almost got into the lead there for a second. He took a huge shortcut through the gap between turn 6 and 9, and he put himself into 3rd position. That's probably how he qualified so well. Oh, XDF1 Pro has retired. What a shame, because he is our biggest spoiler on the circuit, I think, over the last 3 nights, as Floyd Pink is very gingerly and carefully taking the rest of these races. Look at how this is rallycross, AJ. This is rallycross in Formula Cars.
Get the inters on all the full wets for the grass travel, as you can see them all going off. It's something I'll never... If you look at the track map, it is incredible. I can't believe I'm witnessing this.
We're one lap down, and the cars are almost a lap apart overall. Here comes Ollie, finding those lines, managing to avoid contact at the moment. Behind them, though, there's a Ferrari and a Williams coming together strongly. That is... Mika and Carmad, and they are already coming to blows somehow or other. The wings are still intact, though, on those 2 cars, and I'm still expecting some fireworks. It's a bit of a brake test happening on the second of the Ferraris, but ahead of them, Ollie and Milan, who are both Diekta drivers, but no love lost right now as they're trying to get those that cash prize at the end of the championship. Atsu leads from El Plan and Time Worn Actor right now, AJ. It's absolute chaos.
The field is absolute chaos, and I can't believe these F1 cars are managing to go over these hills. Is especially Atsu and El Plan now, and Atsu just has to keep this one through. But El Plan, of course, at the top of the standings. He's got one man in sight though for him.
Absolutely. He's looking for the win in the Drivers' Championship, but for now, at least, the Haas team look like they're going to take that championship. Where is, though, Ricky Marou. He's down in 9th at the moment and could do with moving forward to help the team. The two Ferrari boys are together on track. I won't bother watching them because if they're both together on track, they probably won't take each other out. I say probably, but where Floyd Pink has taken his early form and he's dropping down the order at the moment. He's fairly close to his teammate Romet on the order right now as Dirty Taffy goes past them in the pits. I'm just trying to find who's up to no good on the track at the moment. XDF1 Pro saying he lasted a long time. Yeah, unfortunately, that is a big shame for the race as Alpha Alex creating his own Portimao circuit configuration, and it is possible to come up with a much shorter racetrack here, AJ, if you can find those routes through.
Absolutely, but the first man going backwards as he Respond is out. I was about to say Respond, the first man to go the wrong way round, and he's already out. But I think Studios now is in fact going the wrong way round. But yeah, absolute craziness. But it seems like I said, some corners have been made to be cut here.
Yes. XDF1 Pro say he was taken up by 3 people and then hit his own teammate. Oh dear. So not a race to savour that one from him. Dirty Taffy out of the race. We're only 4 laps in. We've lost 4 drivers already. Where is Dirty Taffy? Well, he's on the exit of turn 12, or entrance to turn 12, sorry, but on the outside of it. So what happened there? XDF1 Pro saying he was slightly targeted. Yes, I imagine you were after your performance over the last 5 races. But frankly, we love to see the creativity from you. Looks like, strangely, Exotic is trying to keep out of everybody's way. Response saying, what happened? I drove into Atsu or Ricky and died. So maybe Ricky has turned off damage for the Haas team. I don't know exactly how that's happened. Atsu leads by 1.6 seconds.
Boys, that's for
yeah.
Sure.
Well, obviously Dallara building a nice strong race car for the Haas team. But too late for the Mick Schumacher days. Here is Diegza Ollie in 5th, chasing down Carmad 14. Bucko retires from the race. So does his teammate Dirty Taffy. So we've lost both Red Bulls. I tell you what, though, Exotic still in the race. He's in the pit lane, getting damage repair, getting a new set of tyres. But 5 laps down. 5 laps gone, I should say. He's not that slow. 5 laps gone, and it's Atsu El Plan and Time One Actor. Exotic is in the pits for a long old time. So obviously having a big repair job done as Ole and Carmad come upon the Mercedes, who is trying to take everybody out if possible. I think that's is that Floyd Pink, who's a lap down on these drivers? No, it wasn't. That was Romet, just destroying everybody's race as much as possible. Carmad and Time One Actor came to blows that time. The 2 Ferrari-engined cars, although an Alfa Romeo and a Ferrari coming together and doing their level best here to destroy everything they possibly can. Here comes Milan. He's not even appearing, AJ, on my trackside cameras. He's getting so creative.
It's craziness, but watch out for Risto. Risto is going the wrong way down the main straight. Is he going to target the Mercedes? Nearly hits him. He's looking for Atsu, and he's even hit himself out of the race.
Risto manages to kamikaze himself. Great stuff. Absolutely brilliant. I tell you what, Studios is also on the intermediates, following your advice earlier on, AJ. I can't imagine it's going to help anything, even on the grass.
Well, at the moment, from what I'm witnessing, this looks more like WRC than it does of Formula 1, so you know what? Have at it on the grass. It's Ricky Marou.
Oh, Ricky Marou is retired from the session. How has that happened? He's on the near the pit lane entrance. How on earth do you retire there? I wonder if he was just pushing too hard on the exit of turn 15. Too much of a Oh, Response says, there we go. I wonder if he had anything to do with it.
Oh boy. Yeah, no, I don't think he was entering the pits because he was on the left-hand side of the main straight, so I think that's clearly someone involved. That's the Haas of Atsu, and it cutting across the Mercedes. Is that Romet or Floyd Pink? They're banging sides now with Atsu and L-Plan. L-Plan takes the lead and through ahead, but he's got a Mercedes now in front. This could be 3 wide into turn 1. Keep an eye. That's
what
what
the
I'm saying.
hell
He's
just
gone the
happened to
wrong way.
Atsu? Slamming on the brakes. He managed to avoid further contact. But when you're running so quickly down these shortcut sections of the track, surely someone's just going to take you out. Respond and Atsu, El Plan and Atsu are desperate to win this race, but by destroying each other first. They don't want the other one to finish high up in the points. Where on earth is El Plan going? He's going for a super wide route through the shortcut of turn 5, trying to wipe out that the Haas car, but not quite making it. Here is El Plan then. We'll join him on board because Responder's gone full caps. He's so passionate about this particular battle. So we'll watch this as he just manages to duck out of the way of one of the Williams drivers trying to take him out. Here comes El Plan then. Takes the lead of the race off track. Atsu taking it very, very slowly here. Doesn't want to get caught up. He knows, he's made the calculation that with just one Aston Martin left in the race, he just needs to stay near to El Plan to secure the win for the Haas team, I think, AJ.
Yeah, no, one more left at the moment, but El Plan and actually been finding it, but El Plan's actually finding more time off the track here, so he's starting to pull a bit of a gap, but never count it out till the end of this race.
Response says starting a witch hunt in Discord, and now you're back El Plan F1 Pro style. Into the pits then comes Carmad. Retiree is Romet next up in the list. And XDF1 Pro.
Sorry.
Atsu! What on earth?
Atsu got taken out by Romet out of turn 5.
Wow.
Turn 4, sorry. Incredible collision, head-on collision. Both of them are out. That's it for the Haas, though. They're going to be under pressure. What
They
can
are
Aston
indeed.
Martin do?
So does someone decide to take out the Aston Martin now of El Plan, because that will lead the championship wide open? What can Ollie do in the Williams, trying to take this nice and quietly? Respond is only cheering on anybody except El Plan, naturally. But I don't know whether El Plan can secure enough points to take the Aston Martin championship. I think it's possible now that both Haas drivers have retired. They had one hand on the championship trophy, AJ, but it's all gone to dust now.
Absolutely, completely. But El Plan now comes into the pit, but Director Mika is trying to hold up, and that's as well. I think that's the AlphaTauri of Exotic. So two cars are staying slow on the main straight to cause havoc potentially here. So keep an eye on those two.
There is Mika just trying to reverse into one of the cars coming. He's just going to go back up to the pit lane and just wait for who's coming through. Well, we've got an Alfa Romeo on his way, and it's got El Plan. He almost wiped out El Plan, but didn't manage to do it. So El Plan is still out there on the soft tyres, brand new soft tyres for El Plan, an intact race car. We've got 10 runners left with just 8 laps to go on the rest of this League of Destruction. El Plan has found plenty of opportunities here. He's now following another driver who might decide to take him out. El Plan has managed to get through and past the rival on track, and now he's got a nice clear track in front of him until someone decides to go backwards. Who is doing that? Well, it looks like it might be Mika running backward, not backwards, but in reverse direction down the main straight. He's got his teammate coming through in a minute, just coming over the hill. He gets out of the way of his teammate. Does he? No. His teammate goes into the pits, and basically Mika is just trying to do donuts on the start-finish straight, AJ.
He's positioning that car quite well, though, early on, as he's going to try and wipe out the Mercedes. Oh, how has he gone out of that Floyd Pink?
Yeah,
Incredible.
It's absolute chaos on the start-finish straight because he is trying his best. Mika is trying to do it. XDF1 Pro loves to see it as well. El Plan is still in the lead of this race by 5 seconds now as he goes between timing beams. Ollie in second place and trying to find a way through. Time Worn Actor is super close as well. Time Worn Actor has just set a purple final sector of the lap to show some pace. I think he's on new soft tyres as Carmad 14 takes a massive shortcut again. XDF1 Pro saying Mika doing the work he was supposed to be doing here with us. No one else running sideways. It's running in reverse at the moment as they find those shortcuts through the first sector. Who is going to be the next one playing Spoiler Studios, and Mika are still out there and still trying their level best. Respond is close. El Plan is close on track to another driver, to the Mercedes, and he puts a four-wheel drift on the grass as the Mercedes is trying his best to take him out, but unfortunately only just ruined his own front wing. The Mercedes coming through. Can he take out El Plan? He can't quite. Mika saying his kill list is up to 3 already. So he's doing it. And El Plan tried. He tried to do it, but he couldn't manage it. Ricky said it was super hard being targeted. Is it Mika taking out his own teammate there? So Mika forgetting quite what he's here for and tried to wipe out his teammate. Ollie didn't quite make it work. Maybe Mika just doesn't care anymore, AJ.
He's a menace to society at the moment, is Mika, but Mika nearly got El Plan there. El Plan had to really react quick, and Mika's still trying to get on the back of his teammate, so he's not done yet.
What on earth is going on at the moment? Floyd Pink has no chance in the championship, but he's trying to get a decent result, I think, here. I thought he was going to try and start going in reverse down the main straight, but not quite. We need someone to do like a J-turn down the start-finish straight, I think, as he hits the Alpine, but no real damage caused. Nobody out of the race. Debris being scattered across the race circuit as Floyd is trying to now take out one of the Ferraris as well. Over the hill, over the grass. Can he T-bone the Ferrari? Oh, if it had just kept his foot in, he might have been able to collect the Ferrari then.
We know how strong that Mercedes is, so he has nothing to lose. There's a Williams parked on an awful positioning. Is that Mika?
It's got to be Mika.
It's causing, it's Mika causing drives that currently
look what he's done.
Offline.
He's chosen the point where there's a blind crest to sit on top of.
Okay, game on. He knows what he's doing. He knows where to park that car.
He absolutely does.
Let's see if it works.
Yeah, he's got El Plan coming up towards him now. Let's see what will El Plan see from his perspective as he crests over the hill. He's going to happen upon a Williams very soon. There it is. Oh! Well, he's collecting every single Visit Portugal polystyrene sign, but he survived for now. Mika, that was a good attempt, you have to say, AJ.
It was a good attempt, but if Mika's listening on, I think he should do the very last corner when there's a little bit of a hill up the straight. Maybe try that one. What
I want to see, though, is 3 or 4 drivers decide to park across the racetrack after that crest and just wait for someone to plough into them. They have to coordinate, though, and I'm not sure they're going to do that. But Mika is on the start-finish straight. Ollie is getting a little bit nervous coming on past Mika because he's already got form, trying to take his teammate out. So Ollie out there. Who have we got? Oh, we've got an Alpine at Studios on the start-finish line. Response saying we've got match fixing happening. Yes, we absolutely want to see match fixing. Here is GTK Studios. He's doing a spin turn down at the at turn 1. He's making his moves look quite obvious, I have to say, at the moment. It's quite easy to avoid the drivers if you are well within vision, but if you can just sit behind the crest of a hill, there's no avoiding the action. It's lap 13 of 17 in our final of 6 races. There's Mika driving backwards after turn 1 and 2. And now they are coordinating things here.
They're coordinating, exactly. The Alpine's got involved. AlphaTauri just strolls through, but it's a roadblock. The Ferrari just gets through, but come on, boys, a little bit better.
That's
You've
it.
let
That's
two
it.
through.
That's it.
Oh, the Alpine's moved out of the way.
Yeah, and Mika didn't get collected by Floyd Pink, who passed up an opportunity there to have a go, and in the end got steered off the racetrack by Studios. Floyd Pink getting through. I just wonder if El Plan can actually survive this race. He's got 3 laps to go. He's got a few drivers lying in wait. There is Mika on the exit of turn 5, and he has been hit. Has El Plan.
Yep. So it's. Oh, El Plan is so nervous. There's an Alpine in the middle of the road.
Oh, it's kill before getting killed from El Plan. Tremendous work. He managed to wipe out another driver without being wiped out himself. Studios went for a dive bomb, didn't quite make it, but he's lost the lead, has El Plan. That could be crucial later in the points calculation.
Absolutely, but El Plan had really good pace somehow. He was pulling 10 seconds total gap, so
yeah,
I don't think it's over and done, but he does have damage. Surely does L-Plan from that little collision. I'm stunned how he's still running there. But we've unfortunately lost one of our menace to Formula 1. But Studios is going to go for another one. Oh, Studios. Right, Studios is our last man left who can really cause some big damage. So,
whoever's last on the race is always the one who can do what he wants to do. Respawn cannot believe what's happened. Mika is issuing Order 66 instructions. Kill L-Plan in all capitals.
Right, there's a bounty on L-Plan. Whoever takes him out, 10 quid goes to you. Go for him.
Well, Director Ollie is in first position at the moment. L-Plan is crawling around this track right now. And he must have nerves of steel. He must be absolutely petrified of what is going to lurk out from dark corners and strike him down. Ricky Maru screaming at Mika. How is L-Plan not dead at the moment? And Response saying it's made of vibranium. It does appear that way as he just wipes out another driver. Mika said, I turned in on his front tyre and he took me out. That is astonishing how that worked. But sometimes you have to find that F123 does tend to punish the aggressor, AJ, in contact.
Absolutely, but look at this. Studios has just come out of the pit lane right in time for the race leader. Is this something that's going to be on his mind? He's taking out the Mercedes now. Who's that? Is that Floyd Payton? They're going side by side and somehow going through each other there.
They're not taking out L-Plan. They're too worried about each other. L-Plan is coming to this section of the track where Studios is at the moment. And there goes the Mercedes slowing down. They're trying to take out L-Plan, I think. Oh, L-Plan goes straight past the pair of them. They're too worried about dancing around each other at slow speed to actually wipe out the main favourite in the race. Here is a Ferrari, though, on top of L-Plan. They are only 0.3 of a second away, and Carmad is gunning here, I think, for L-Plan.
Yeah, L-Plan could lose up the second place here as he struggles on the traction zone now. The first little bit of racing on this little bit now, proper racing, but L-Plan decides, thank you very much, I'm just going to cut that corner. I'm not interested in that one. L-Plan just gets ahead, and now Carmad will take back.
He's after it, isn't he, L-Plan? He's just decided that attack is the best form of defence. He's just going all out on anybody that's moving near him right now before they wipe him out. And he's making sure of it. It's the final lap anyway. It looks like Ollie is going to he's started his final lap. There's chaos and carnage going around all over the track at the moment for Ollie. And can he, in fact, get through past these drivers who are playing spoiler? This is the last opportunity for massive crashes to come. Ollie leads this one. Carmad is in second. Behind him, L-Plan, who may not be collecting enough points for the team to take home the big prize for the rest of the cash prize we have on offer. Director Ollie crawling over these crests where he knows someone might be lying in wait. We've got some pretty extreme things happening with GTK Studios. He's running the wrong way down the track. He's going to try and take anybody out he possibly can. He's on the tarmac, though, which most of the drivers are not using in this sector of the racetrack. So he's lying in wait, and he's going to try and... Oh, there we go. He got someone, at least. Director Ollie is going to finish this race out. Well, at least GTK Studios...
Whoa!
Ollie wins by taking himself out after the line. Ollie wins that one. Then comes Carmad. Will L-Plan come home with enough points for Aston Martin to take the top step of the championship? Time Worn Actor for Alfa Romeo, I think, will produce some good points here for the Alfa Romeo team. They've slipped under the radar from the other drivers, you have to say. There he goes in fourth position. GTK Studios has managed to retire on his own, has he? Or has he just gone stationary on the start-finish straight and that's caused his own retirement? We've got Milan about to finish up here. He's coming through the final corner. So Milan will come home in fifth. Alpha Alex, well, he's not really interested in finishing the race, it looks like. Just finding more creative lines to finish. But Ollie managed to survive there and win the race. He'll be pleased to finish the race, to finish the championship in that way. But we will hang on to listen to any of the drivers as they come into the live chat, but also to Ricky Maru to give us those provisional standings. AJ, that was probably the best of the 6, I would say.
No, absolutely, it really was. But yeah, no, it's been great action all throughout these 3 days. But yeah, it's I think this was the best one yet.
Absolutely, I'm sure we'll enjoy one. Please like the video and subscribe while you're waiting for the results of the championship. Studio said someone hit him on the rear end. Oh dear, my heart bleeds for you, Studios. But Ollie lifts the trophy, so he's pretty happy with that one. Let's listen into the driver chat. We'll wait and see if anybody comes through. And I'll keep my eye on those standings. Without the driver of the day vote, of course, that does affect things. There are points given to the driver of the day. If it's close, it could still be a provisional result. There then is your race result, at least, if you can call that a race. It was the Portuguese final session of our League of Destruction. Director Ollie with the win, Carmad in second place. El Plan survived as much as possible into third place for Aston Martin. El Plan has been, frankly, the fastest driver of the little league that we've been running, but he's also had to deal with being targeted. Time One Actor in fourth, Milan in fifth, Alfa Alex in sixth, Floyd Pink in seventh. Exotic was wiped out on the final lap, but did at least get most about a 24% race done. Studios in ninth, worked incredibly hard through that race to destroy everybody else. Atsu was retired and finished 10th. Mika, Ricky Maru, Romet, Bucco, Taffy, Risto, Respond, XDF1 Pro and Astrube all retiring at various stages of the week. Studio says amazing work, wonderful job. Yeah, thanks to Ricky for organising this one. This has been an absolute pleasure to take part in, AJ. Do you wish you'd been driving, or were you happier in the comms box?
I wouldn't mind driving, you know me, but I think the problem is I'd get into that habit, and then in my very next race I'd probably drive like that and end up forgetting, oh wait, the rules are back on. I hope the drivers remember the next time they go like certain away, don't jump it, boys.
I was just thinking that it's a good job I've been doing this last of my other commentary sessions I've done over the weekend each time, because I think the races would have seemed a lot more boring without all this crashing if they had to follow this. So just waiting on those standings. Here we go then. I've got them. Ferrari. I can't believe it. Ferrari win the championship by 5 points. They snuck that one out right at the end. So Ferrari have 166 points and they win the championship from Williams on 161, Haas on 157. Aston Martin deposed to fourth position on 155 points. No cash money for El Plan or the Aston Martin team after working as hard as he did. Alfa Romeo 152, Alpine 108, McLaren 106, AlphaTauri 80, Red Bull 74, and Mercedes, despite building their cars out of vibranium and concrete, in 62 points and last place. Alpine, I can't believe that the Alpine cars came home with 108 points, quite frankly, because they did their level best to never finish a race. El Plan does secure the Drivers' Championship, but I don't think there'll be any money going to him. Then comes Ollie on 103, Milan on 94, and then Atsu on 81, Time One Actor 80, Atsu 82, Time One Actor 81, Ricky Maru 75, Carmad F14 on 72 points, just ahead by 1 point of Alfa Alex. Then in the midfield, Mika on 58, Lenny on 56, Studios, XDF1 Pro tied on 54 points. We have Ashtube and Floyd Pink tied on 50, Risto on 45, Lemmy on 44, Romet 43, Respond has 41 points, Dirty Taffy on 40, Kenton 36, Bucco 34, Zane came home with 17 points in the end and managed to not finish last, and Marco on 12. Wow. What a fantastic way to finish F1 23. I hope you've all enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, connect in with Ricky Maru or find your way into the League of Destruction. It might be something we do again because we've had a really good fun time of it. Ole's enjoyed it. I know that Respawn's been enjoying it as well. But AJ, any final comments or how are you feeling after all that?
I'm not sure how to say it because I've enjoyed the most I've ever done of this game by seeing the most destruction ever.
I know.
It's incredible. It's incredible, and I think that means we need to do it again because
I think we
it's
do.
just been amazing. It's been incredible. One thing I'd love to know: who has gone through the most amount of wings? If someone has free time, let me know who's gone through the most amount of front wings there have been.
I do love seeing those kind of social media posts where people are working out the Destructors Championship in F1
Exactly.
and they're calculating the actual bill for repairs. And we should probably do that because there should be a special award for the one causing the best.
Yeah. Most amount of damage. I wouldn't be surprised if it's coming the way of the likes of potentially, not to spoil anything, but Studios or even XD F1 Pro.
Totally. I love the fact that XD F1 Pro has the word pro in his game attack, and the way he's been behaving is far from it, but exactly what we wanted here. Anyway, guys, listen, we're all pretty exhausted after this. I hope you enjoy watching it back. We've certainly enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll see you on track again soon. AJ, it's been an absolute blast the last couple of days. Thanks to you. Thanks especially to Ricky Maru for providing the league for us, and to everyone who's taken part, whether you've watched, liked, commented, subscribed, or just been one of the chaotic drivers in the coverage. From me, Webbo, from everybody here at the league, thanks for watching, and we will catch you on the next race day.